According to a new dossier from an insider, the 826 million scam at the National Youth Service only served to expose the multitude of rot at the service. Fresh claims are emerging that the NYS Director General Nelson Githinji is allegedly condoning and turning a blind eye to cartels at the service. New documents also indicate Githinji appointed his personal secretary to a powerful position of departmental director, despite the reservations of the Public Service Commission. KTN senior reporter Samogina has more.
Documents availed to the KTN's desk indicate an intricate web and collusion plot at the National Youth Service. In September 2014, NYS Director Nelson Githinji allegedly appointed his personal assistant, Jane Muringi Wangui, to the position of Director, Liaison and Community Mobilization. But the Public Service Commission protested the appointment, rejecting the elevation of a personal assistant to the position of a director. The reason for the rejection was that it was done unilaterally without concurrence from the Devolution Ministry and that she lacked a CV for such a senior role. But since the appointment, cartels and corruption networks at the NYS were apparently activated. A deputy director at the Gilgil NYS College was allegedly transferred to Turkana after refusing to play ball. In a confidential report, the transferred director states it all began with a request by Githinji's personal assistant to appoint Corporal David Mbogo as the college storekeeper to replace the then store manager. The corporal allegedly is husband to Githinji's secretary. Upon hesitation, the dossier further claims that Githinji himself exerted pressure on the deputy director to effect the changes. In a directive laced with threats of transferring to northeastern Kenya, the deputy director ceded ground. But soon after the change of guard at the NYS Gilgil College store in February 2015, truckloads of foodstuffs arrived at the college's gate. Without prior knowledge of any deliveries expected, the deputy director turned them down, only to receive a phone call the next day from the NYS Director General's personal assistant to allow the deliveries. Feeling overruled, he crumbles to pressure. The foodstuffs, 300 bags of rice, 521 bags of green grams, 1,320 bags of sugar, and 420 jerrycans of cooking fat were offloaded into the college store. But on inspection, the deputy director claims the foodstuffs were of substandard quality and lacked proper documentation. Meanwhile, in Nairobi, the Devolution Cabinet Secretary got wind of the procurement flaws at the Gilgil College and demanded a comprehensive report from the college commandant. This raised antennas along the Thika Road-based NYS headquarters. The commandant claims his headquarters tried to pull a cover-up plan, requesting him to bail them out. Ready to hand over the report on the happenings at the Gilgil NYS College to the Devolution CS Anwe Guru, the commandant claims the Director General instead went in to meet the CS with a copy of the report. He was left at the VIP room, apparently waiting for his turn, only to be told to meet his boss at his office on Thika Road later in the evening. But when the meeting took place, he received a transfer letter to Turkana instead.
My appointment as Director General of the National Youth Service by His Excellency the President was a decision that granted the opportunity for me to provide strategic leadership as well as policy direction with regard to how the service should move on.
In a letter dated 9th April 2015, the Devolution Cabinet Secretary reprimanded Githinji for ignoring her directive. Waiguru writes, "Reference is made to my memo on officers irregularly in office in NYS. In this, I decried the presence of officers who have either been dismissed from service or transferred to other duty stations, some from as far back as 2011, yet they continue to work. I directed that you appraise me on the situation and take disciplinary action immediately. I note with concern that I have neither received a report from you on the same, nor have the said officers been expunged from the NYS. This matter is of grave concern to me as CS responsible for public service management. Allowing such defiance within a disciplined force is unacceptable." End of quote. Efforts to get Dr. Githinji's response on the matter were futile, as he did not respond to the specific inquiries over allegations contained in the dossier. Samogina, KTN.